Hey, what's going on guys? In this video we are going to see how to do this assignment using Raptor. Here this question is asking, modify the flowchart to introduce a checking mechanism. The modified flowchart takes one new input as height and uses it to calculate the volume, that is V is equal to 5r square h of a cylinder with radius. It is assumed that the cylinder is tall and therefore height has to be bigger than the radius. In addition, it is required radius cannot be smaller than 1. With the modification, the new flowchart print out the volume only if the inputs satisfy the condition. Otherwise, it's print out the error message as shown in the following examples. Okay, here they have given the examples. In the first one, radius is 0.8. It's giving radius cannot be smaller than 1. So whenever we are going to get the input from the user, if the user enter any value less than 1, it's going to play a message like this. It's going to show a message like this, display a message like this. Radius cannot be smaller than 1. And if the user enter a radius value that is 3 and the height is 2, it's going to print out a message that height has to be bigger than radius. And also this is the third one, like if the radius is 2 and the height is 3, the volume is going to be printed. So the radius has to be always smaller than height, and also the radius cannot be less than 1. That's the condition. Okay, now let's go ahead and see how to do this one using Raptor. I'm also going to do this one using C programming. First I do with the Raptor and show you how to do that. Okay, let's start here. First we have to get the input from the user. To get the input, let's serve it with some name. Let's put A. Okay, first I have to get the input. In the input, I'm going to ask the user to enter the radius. This is going to be the prompt to the user. The user is going to enter radius, and whatever the value user enter, we are going to store using R. Okay. Now the next thing is we have to set a condition. Here to do that, we have to set a selection because the radius has to be greater than 1. Then only we have to do the process. So let's say if the radius is less than 1, we have to print out right here. We are given output that is radius cannot be smaller than 1. Okay, radius cannot be smaller than 1. And in the other side, we are going to ask the user to, if the radius is greater than 1, we are going to ask the user to enter the height. Enter height. Whatever the height the user enter, we are going to store in H. Okay. Now, if the height is, after the user enter the height, we have to do the next process. And in the next process, we have to only process if the height is greater than radius. If it's not, we are going to say height cannot be, we are going to print a message, height has to be bigger than radius. Okay, so for that also we have to put a selection right here. Selection. In the selection, H has to be greater than R. H has to be greater than R. If it's not, we are going to print out a message that is put height has to be bigger than radius. Okay, and if the height is bigger than radius, if the user enter height that is bigger than radius, then we have to proceed for the volume equation. To do the volume equation, we are going to use assignment. In this assignment, we are going to set volume VOL that is equivalent to pi times, 4 times we use asterisk, and R square 5r square h times h. Okay, now we have done the equation. Volume is equal to 5r square h, and also finally we have to print out the volume. To print out the volume, we are going to say the volume is the volume is whatever the value stored in world vol. Okay, plus vol. Okay, now that's done. Now that's it. Now let's go ahead and run this one. Okay, first I'm going to enter a value that's less than 1. If we enter a value less than 1 for radius, it should give this message: radius cannot be smaller than 1. Let's try that one. 0.8. Okay, it's printing out radius cannot be smaller than 1, so it's working perfectly. Now the next thing is we have to try a number in that way, like the height is smaller and the radius is bigger. If it's happened, it has to print height has to be bigger than radius. Okay, let's put a value. Let's put radius is 3 and I put height equal to 2. Here height is smaller, so it's going to print out this message: height has to be bigger than radius. Okay, where is that? Height has to be bigger than radius. Okay, it's printed out right here. Let me bring this one on top. Okay, okay, here we go. So it's printed out height has to be bigger than radius. Now the next thing is we are going to try a number like radius is bigger, height is smaller. So let's put radius is 2 and height is 3. In this time it should run because we have a height bigger than radius, so it should run. Now it's printing out the volume. The volume is 37.6991, so it's working perfectly. And that's how we do that. And also I'm going to do the same programming using C programming, so don't forget to watch them. And also if you're trying to learn C or C++ programming, there are a bunch of videos in my playlist, and also there are more Raptor videos in my playlist too. I hope you guys watch that too. And also and that's it. Don't forget to subscribe. See you next time.